In this video, I'll tell you where to stay in Panama City, which are the best areas, which are the best neighborhoods. Do I stay in the old part, in the historic part? I'll stay in the modern part with all those skyscrapers, hotels, casinos, restaurants. Which are the best places? Where will I be closest to everything? Which are the good and cheap hotels, the top ones? All the tips you need to know to finally know where to stay in Panama. So don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and buckle up. Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, the largest travel content network in the world, and today we're going to talk about where to stay in Panama City. It's not such a difficult mission because in my opinion there's one area that's the best of all to stay in, but there are other options and I'm going to explain how the dynamics of the city works so you know where to look for your hotel and which hotels we recommend. We had a fantastic experience there, we loved the city, it's beautiful, super safe, and cool, so it's well worth a visit. It's a beautiful place with a lot of things to do, so without further ado, let's go. So let's get straight to the regions, guys. There are two areas that are the most popular with tourists. There is Casco Viejo, which is the old town, they call it, which is where the most historic part of the city is, which has some hotels, and there are some people who like to stay there to be close to all the most historical attractions in the city, the museums, the town hall, the government part of the city, the palace. It's a historic tourist area. It's a very historical mix because they've preserved it a lot. So it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's become a very famous region and very popular with tourists, but it doesn't have much of a structure. There aren't many hotels, and at night it's a bit empty, a bit deserted. So I prefer another area, which I'll explain to you now, but this one that people sometimes choose, guys. Most people stay in the area I'm going to talk about now, but there are people who like it. So just so you know how it is and how it works. But this historical region, which you have to visit because it's really cool, is 10 minutes away from the other region, so it's very close. You can go there afterwards, but some people like to stay there for a more cultural immersion in Panama's history. So guys, the area that I think is the coolest to stay in Panama City is what they call the modern area, the modern city, which is the part that has all those skyscrapers you see in the photos. I'll put the pictures here. They even call it American Dubai because of this area. There are lots of companies, hotels. It's a more modern city. It's a more modern part of Panama City, and there are many more hotel options. Good hotels, you get top 4 or 5-star hotels at prices you'd never find in other cities around the world. Here in the United States, for example, it's much more expensive. There you have the option of getting very good hotels for much cheaper prices, and they are well located, and there are good shopping malls in the area. There are lots of nice malls, restaurants. There are lots of restaurants. You have to do your research and see which one is closest, which one is cool, because there is a lot of choice. Nightlife, casinos, so I think it's the ideal place for you to stay. It's made up of two areas, Bella Vista and Marbella. Marbella and Bella Vista, they are two regions that meet. If you stay in one of them, you'll be in the best possible area. To help you and to make it easier, I am going to put the personalized map on the screen, which I'll leave the link to here in the description of the video and in the first comment too. We set up this personalized link, this map with this area on a website that we use to search for hotels, to make reservations. We only use it. It's the biggest hotel website in the world. I am sure you know it. It has the best prices. We use them a lot. We've created this personalized map. Click on it below and it will open. Anywhere in this region, it's a fantastic place to stay. It's an excellent region, and then you put it in, you close it and put in the date of your trip, put in search, and then click on show map again. This same map will open with the hotels on the date of your trip, with the prices. You can get a better idea, but if you stay within this region, you can't go wrong. And here are some important tips for accommodation before we talk about the distance to the tourist attractions. A good tip is to book as early as possible. That goes for anywhere in the world, but as Panama City is very popular, very touristy, especially for business people too, people who are meeting, flying between international companies, means book as early as possible. This saves you a lot on the price of the hotel. We've seen that in a matter of 2 weeks, prices have skyrocketed, so the sooner you book it, the cheaper you will pay. This website we use, which I've left the link to here, both for the map and for the 2 hotels we've already stayed in, they are on this website. I use it a lot because as it's the biggest in the whole world, it has very good free cancellation deals with the hotel. So what happens? I find a hotel with a good price, I book it. If it has free cancellation, which most of them do, then if I want to cancel later, change the hotel, change the rooms, it's one click, there's no bureaucracy, you end up canceling, there's no cost, and then you make a new booking. But at least you're guaranteed a good and cheap price, because the longer you wait, the more the prices will go up. There is no way. And the hotels we've stayed in, I'll leave the link to both of them below. There is one that's much cheaper and it's in this good area too, but it's a good hotel. It's 4 stars, it's sensational, but it's very cheap. We got a very cheap room rate. We only needed it to stay there for 1 day and we used it, an excellent, cheap and good option with breakfast included in the price. I'll also give you the link to the other one we stayed in, which was amazing. We stayed there for 3 or 4 days, if I'm not mistaken, before going on the cruise. It was spectacular. There's a good restaurant inside, the service, the room is impeccable, 5 stars, and what I told you, a much cheaper price than if you took a similar hotel in the United States, in Europe, even in Chile, Argentina. It's much more expensive. In Panama, I don't know why the price of hotels is so cheaper, so you can afford to stay in a nicer hotel for a very good price. Take a look at them both and put it over your trip, as the hotels usually have a lot of promotions. It's very big. There are these gigantic buildings with more than, I don't know how many thousand rooms each, so I think they're trying to fight it out by pushing the price down to try and fill the rooms. I don't know, but it's the best place. And down here, along with the links to the map and the hotels, I'm also going to leave the links we already know and use to make our trips much cheaper. These are places we already know have the cheapest travel insurance. It's a very good price comparator which finds insurance at half the price of what you're finding there. So take a look. Good insurance, the best insurance. I only use them. The website with the car rental comparator if you want to rent a car. The website that sells all the tickets, excursions, tours to go to San Blas, which is the Caribbean of Panama, which are incredible islands. There's a very good tour on this website that takes you and picks you up from your hotel, takes you there, you get to know this Caribbean part of Panama, which is very cool. There are more than 300 small islands, it's worth it, so I'm going to leave all the websites below. Take a look and you will find everything you need to organize your trip. Good, trustworthy websites that we already know and have tried and that we know have the best prices. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot. And don't forget to watch the other videos which are very good. I'm going to highlight the one on all the tips for Panama. I talk about which currency to take, when to go, how to get around, taxis, whether it's worth it or not, Uber, foods, documentation, what you need and what you don't need, all the tips you need to make your trip much smoother and hassle-free. And here's the playlist with all the other Panama videos for you to watch. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much and have nice trips.